Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram, and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Virgo, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one is from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. And at the end, I will read from the book. And for the tarot portion of your reading, I'm going to be using the Mystic Mondays. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angels, spirits, guides, what messages do you have, please? Thank you. For Virgo, well, Virgo, you got apocalypsis. So, well, I don't have the book memorized, but the word apocalypsis reminds us of the word apocalypse, right? And just knowing you as a sign, on the onset, this just looks like chaos, right? There's such intricacy and everything feels so like condensed and just smushed together, and what's going on and how can we even try to make sense of this. But it's like the more you look at it, it's just there is a rhyme and reason to it. It's the sense that there could be a great leveling in your life right now. Something where, thank you, Spirit, it's just like something is flattened, something is decimated in order to rebuild. Spirit is showing me the lava flow, right? When a volcano erupts and the lava flows and it kind of destroys everything in its path. Vegetation, structures, everything kind of has to submit to that lava flow. And yet that lava, the cooling of that lava is what creates terra firma. It's what creates land and rises above the sea, right? And there's vegetation, like somehow you see these plants growing in these desolate lava flows, like these hardened rocks, and yet seeds kind of attach themselves and then things start to grow anew. It's actually, the Spirit just said, giveth and taketh away, right? Like it's this sense that something really beautiful can be reborn out of even the most intense and devastating of circumstances. Now, this is not something that I'm predicting. It is something that is occurring already, right? There could be, this leveling in your life, and it's going to be different for everybody of what that is. This maybe shock and awe that has happened to you that is actually part of a greater plan, a complexity. It's like we look down on the situation, we're looking down on it, and we can see the different pathways, we can see the pattern amongst the chaos. And to a certain extent with that eye there, I think you're starting to see it too. I don't think you saw it in the beginning. Because who can? When we're in the midst of something devastating or shocking, who can really stand there in the midst of it and just say, everything for a reason, and this is going to make sense later, and I'm going to be really rational about it. I mean, maybe there's some people that can do that, but most people can't. Most people become distraught or heartbroken or at a loss of how to move, how to act, how to speak. I think you're kind of gaining a greater insight now into why this leveling had to happen. So let's see what the tarot has to say. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future, and at the end, draw a card of advice from Spirit. Okay, 6 cards out. Past energy. We start with the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Right off the bat, your element, the Pentacles, the earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. 3 of Pentacles, anytime we see triangles, for me, it symbolizes this channeling energy, this harsh focus. This feels more like a circuitry. The back and forth and the bouncing back between, it's like you, your higher aspect, and spirit all working together, like in this current, this like electrical current. The card though is in reverse, because 3 of Pentacles talks about collaboration and co-creation. In the past energy, I think it was difficult for you to see how Spirit could be collaborating with you when you were experiencing a kind of devastation. How am I even to think that Spirit has their hand in this? Why would Spirit want me to go through something that is shaking up the status quo, shaking up this beautiful calm and equilibrium that I have worked so diligently to create for myself? Why would Spirit then come in and shake it up? Well, sometimes they do that precisely because we've become too comfortable. That's what they say anyway. I've found that to be true. We've become way too comfortable. And so in order to grow and to learn and to reach beyond even our own expectations, there's this kind of random element that comes in and creates a little bit of shock, awe, and upheaval. Like, I don't see the Tower card, but I feel it. I feel the Tower card for you. And this has shown up in a couple of your readings now, Virgo. And the reason I remember is because it just goes against, it's like almost like it goes against everything Virgo stands for. Right? But you're up to the challenge. Even with something like this, you're just like, okay, I'm going to create order out of it. You're going to give me this big old mess. I'm going to create order out of it. Don't worry. Don't worry. 6 of Swords. From choppy waters to calm waters. Moving out of this chaotic energy into something that is peaceful, that is calm, that makes sense. We're leaving away things that do not serve our best and highest good. That we can have some mental clarity, we can have some peace of mind, because we ourselves moved out of something that no longer served us. Just a clarifier, please. 3 cards came out. Excuse me. Nope, 5. That's too many. There's like 5 cards. I'm not taking 5 cards. Prefer to have 1, please, Spirit, for clarifier. You start to take too many cards and the reading gets very confusing. At that point you're just like wanting to pull cards just for your own, you know, let's keep pulling cards until it gives me a message that I want to hear. Which you have to be very careful of as the tarot reader. Right? It's like you want Spirit to just say what they need to say. Queen of Cups, 5 of Cups, yeah. Queen of Cups is Cancer energy. Cups is water, the water signs, the water element. The love, the emotions, the emotional realm. The Queen of Cups is really beautiful, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Cancer. Somebody who's really loving, giving, generous, empathetic, wants to pour from their cup of love into your cup. But when it is paired with the Five of Cups, a card of melancholy, of sadness, of being, they're feeling like a sense of loss, a loss of hope. Spirit just said loss of hope. That's when you need an energy like the Queen of Cups more than ever. Right? So if this was something that you were dealing with, there was a Queen of Cups that came in and kind of reminded you of yourself again, like reminded you of your roots, reminded you of your resiliency and your tenacity and your best qualities, right? Because sometimes I like to do tarot math. You look at the cup in her hand, 5 + 1 is 6. 6 of Cups is a card of, it can be a card of remembrance, remembering things of the past. That's why I said it's a reminder, like this Queen of Cups came in with her 6th cup to your 5, to your scenario, and reminded you of how to love yourself. Whomever this person is. I think there was somebody here that you really leaned on, and yeah, it makes sense to me. And they were happy to do it. They saw you in this place. It's weird because I see these cups like spinning upside down, like they're on their side, they're spinning. And now I'm seeing that game, Spin the Bottle. You spin the bottle and wherever it lands, it's like you have to kiss that person. I don't know, I don't think that has anything to necessarily do with this reading, but I think it's a reference for somebody, spin the bottle. It's like this character that is represented by the Queen of Cups, like really loving, you know, this could be like a very close friend or confidant. It was like they held your hand while you were trying to navigate whatever mess this was. And perhaps a loss of faith and spirit. In the present energy, you have a major arcana card, number 12, the Hanged Woman, Pisces, and Virgo energy. Virgo, you showed up in your own reading. The card is, however, in reverse. This is the card in the upright. The Hanged Woman, in this deck, the Hanged Woman, represents an energy of like being caught in the tree of knowledge, right? We're kind of made to sit in it, sit in this tree of knowledge and learn the lesson. We didn't necessarily want to go up into that tree of knowledge, but we had to. We didn't have a choice. A lot of times this can be a card of sacrifice where people are making a conscious choice. I don't think you had a choice. It was like you were outnumbered. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords can be a card of competition, can be a card of comparison, trying to one-up someone, one-up a group of people, using strategy to have a mastery over others, so, or over a situation. But I think you were outnumbered. Spirit keeps saying that to me. You were outnumbered. Like, whatever this was, it was over. It was too much. It was too much for you to just deal with on your own. too much. It's almost like this sword of like intensity was bearing down on you, and like your friends had to come in and help you combat it. Spirit showing me the most random video that I saw on like Instagram, where it's like this like black bear or whatever was about to attack an owner, and like their cat came out of nowhere and started running towards the bear, and the bear ran away from the cat. And it's like certain things, good things come in small packages. It's like, even though these swords are smaller or seem smaller than this one, it's like all your friends or your family or your soul tribe rallied around you and said, we're going to go up. If we work together, we can beat this. You know, and you were in this place where it's like you were stuck and like you needed help. This is the present energy. Can I get a clarifier, please? Thank you. Look, see? Here, finally. Thank you, Spirit. Number 19, the Sun. Major Arcana, Leo energy. Best card in the tarot. Clarity, abundance, life-giving energy, warmth. Look at the two hands here, like inner peace, you know, like it's just like, and now in this present moment, you're just like finally like in a good spot. It's like you earned it. I earned it. Virgo earned it. I love this for you. This is the ultimate light at the end of the tunnel, right? You understand now why things had to happen the way they did. And like you're making your peace with it. Like we all go through trials. There's not a single person on this planet that hasn't had to deal with something that really, you know, tested their mettle. Spirit is bringing up a conversation I had. Who did I have that conversation with? Was it my brother-in-law? I can't remember who I was talking to. Who was I talking to? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We were talking about this actor that was on a very popular TV show, and he's dealing with a very debilitating disease that is quickly taking away all of his abilities, all of his physical abilities, right? He has ALS. And all of his cognitive skills are as sharp as ever, but his body is failing him. And he's young, he's a young guy. And Spirit's showing me that conversation, they're showing me that story because, you know, it's like this idea that life is short, and that even somebody who might be in the public eye or have a certain amount of good looks or wealth or what have you, can be susceptible to these things that bring us to our knees, you know, and humble us. And, you know, this is not something that you would wish on your worst enemy. And yet, this person is just trying to make the most of their situation and live the best life that they know how, and to be inspirational to themselves. And I just think that there's also this feeling within you now of gratefulness, peace and gratefulness. And then what happens in the future? I mean, Wheel of Fortune, number 10 of the Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. It's like the tide is turning. Divine timing is coming into play. Good luck is happening. Jupiter energy. It's like we've cast off everything that was ever something that was holding us back. Right? We move forward and out of those chaotic waters and finally entering into this period of prosperity, which is beautiful. But it's clarified by another major arcana, the Fool card, number 0 in reverse. Fool card talks about taking this great leap of faith, believing and trusting in spirit. I think there's still some hesitation. There was hesitation in the past of kind of conferring and collaborating with spirit. There's a little bit of hesitation into the future here. You know, maybe because things feel so good that there's almost this fear of asking for more, asking for something else, right? Like, I got through this, thank you, spirit, but like, am I allowed to ask for more? Am I? Of course you are. They're just, of course you are. But there's a hesitation in the future potential. I mean, my advice, see, it's like my throat chakra almost started to close because the fear is real, right? But it's like my advice, just as a person that is looking at this, it's just like there's nothing to fear. It's just this unrelenting belief in yourself will take you very far if you can swing it. Can I get a clarifier, please? 7 of Swords in reverse. I think that 7 of Swords is game playing, strategizing, game playing, trying to take the advantage of a situation. And I think there's this sense of like all the things, all the ways that I used to navigate in life, they're not going to work anymore. It's like the light has been shown on it. Like all of, you know, I don't want to say, because I don't want to be like, oh, Virgo takes shortcuts, because that's not really in keeping with your vibe. Like, Virgo does things correctly, but it's not even about your actions. It's more about your emotional game. Maybe there's where you've taken some shortcuts and you're just not interested in taking those shortcuts anymore. But then that leaves you wondering, with my most authentic heart, what is it that I want to come to fruition? That's a question you have to really sit with for the future potential. Start thinking about it now. It's like the leveling has happened. The lava has cooled. The seeds are drifting on the wind. What is it that those seeds are going to grow? What do you want to grow in this new terra firma? What do you want to grow in this place? Can I get a card of advice from Spirit? Thank you. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. The Tower. I felt it. Here it is. Number 16. Aries and Scorpio energy. Great shock, awe, and upheaval. Yeah. Spirit knew exactly what they were doing. This is an acknowledgement of it because it happened already. This tower had to come, and every time a tower comes, something beautiful comes after. The great leveling has begun, is in process, and now we're looking forward to what it is that we're going to grow anew. This is an acknowledgement of Spirit. It may seem like an unfair situation, but it was for your best and highest good. This is what they're saying to me, anyway. I'm going to read from the book, Apocalypse. Removing the veil of deception. Apocalypse indicates a particularly painful time, one that unfolds when two disparate dynamics occur simultaneously, pulling the psyche in seemingly opposing directions. The first is a lifting of the veil. This means truths that have been kept in the dark are revealed, seen, and unearthed. No matter how relieving it is to witness them come into the light, an element of despair and grief follows. The second dynamic is the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the revealed truth. The old narrative breaks and a new story forms. Apocalypse energy is similar to a forest fires. Devastation for the sake of regeneration. The veil, thank you, Spirit. The veil lifts and we see who and what has been hiding. From the nakedness of the truth, a child is born. Have faith in the process. Hold on to your center. That is the only way. That was a beautiful way to end that reading, Virgo. I hope that this message resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Virgo.